Take a deep breath. Have you ever felt your body begging for rest, but your mind refusing to quiet down? What if the key to deeper, more restorative sleep wasn't in a pill but already in your kitchen? Tonight, we're talking about something humble, golden, and deeply nourishing. The sweet potato. Not just a side dish, not just comfort food, but a quiet ally for your nervous system when the world won't stop spinning. Yes, sweet potato at night. It may sound unusual, but for centuries, cultures across the Americas and beyond have honored this root not only for its sweetness, but for its subtle power to calm, ground, and prepare the body for sleep. In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover how sweet potato gently supports your sleep, not through sedation, but through nourishment, through magnesium that softens muscle tension, through complex carbohydrates that help your brain welcome serotonin, through warmth that feels like a hug from the earth itself. So before we begin, take a slow breath in and a longer breath out. Let your shoulders drop. Let your screen blur at the edges. This isn't just information. It's an invitation to slow down, to listen, and to remember that sometimes the most powerful medicine grows in the soil, not the lab. You're safe here, and your body already knows how to rest. It just needs the right conditions, and maybe a warm bowl of roasted sweet potato before bed. Long before grocery stores or nutrition labels, indigenous peoples of Central and South America cultivated the sweet potato with reverence. The Maya called it kumara. The Quechua of the Andes saw it as a gift from Pachamama, the Earth Mother, nourishing both body and spirit through harsh mountain winters. Unlike its starchy cousin, the white potato, the sweet potato carried a different energy, warming, moistening, deeply grounding. In traditional Mesoamerican healing, it was used not only to strengthen the weak or feed the hungry, but to soothe restless minds and ease the transition into night. In Ayurveda, though not native to India, sweet potato found a home as a sattvic food, pure, calming, and balancing for Vata, the dosha associated with anxiety, dryness, and insomnia. Grandmothers would mash it with ghee and a pinch of cardamom, serving it at dusk to children who couldn't settle. And in the American South, enslaved Africans and their descendants transformed sweet potato into soul food, not just for survival, but for solace. Baked slow in wood-fired ovens, its caramelized skin releasing an aroma that said, "You are home. You are safe. Rest now." Long before labs, people listened, and few roots whispered as softly as the sweet potato, its orange flesh glowing like embers. Its sweetness not sharp, but patient. A food that doesn't rush you, but waits for you to slow down. Imagine hands brushing soil from tubers at sunset, a clay pot warming over coals. The quiet ritual of peeling, slicing, roasting, not as chore, but as prayer. This is where sleep begins, not in silence, but in presence. In Polynesian traditions, sweet potato wallow was considered sacred, often planted with chants and harvested under specific moon phases to honor its life-giving spirit. Even today, Hawaiian elders speak of its ability to feed the bones and quiet the spirit. This cross-cultural reverence reminds us that some foods are more than fuel. They are bridges between earth and dream. Modern science is now catching up to what ancestral wisdom always knew. Sweet potato isn't just nutritious, it's neurosupportive. Let's start with potassium and magnesium. One medium-baked sweet potato contains nearly 20% of your daily magnesium needs. Why does that matter? Because magnesium plays a critical role in regulating GABA receptors, the brain's primary calming neurotransmitters. Low magnesium levels are strongly linked to poor sleep quality and nighttime awakenings. A 2020 review in Nutrients confirmed that magnesium supplementation improves sleep efficiency, especially in older adults. Then there's the complex carbohydrate profile. Unlike refined sugars that spike and crash, sweet potatoes release glucose slowly. This steady rise in blood sugar triggers a gentle insulin response, which, in turn, helps tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier. Tryptophan is the precursor to serotonin, and eventually, melatonin, your sleep hormone. A 2021 study from the University of Pennsylvania observed that participants who consumed a dinner rich in low-glycemic, complex carbs like sweet potato reported falling asleep faster and experiencing fewer nighttime disruptions compared to those on high-glycemic meals. And don't overlook vitamin B6 abundant in sweet potato. This vitamin is essential for converting tryptophan into serotonin. Without it, the pathway stalls. Importantly, these effects aren't about forcing sleep. They're about creating internal conditions where sleep can arise naturally, like dew forming on still grass. Studies suggest that consistent intake of magnesium-rich, complex-carb whole foods may support circadian rhythm stability. And while sweet potato alone won't cure chronic insomnia, it may be a gentle, food-first piece of the puzzle, especially when eaten 1 to 2 hours before bed, warm and unprocessed. Emerging research also highlights sweet potatoes' high antioxidant content, particularly beta-carotene, which helps reduce oxidative stress in the brain. Chronic inflammation and neural oxidative damage are increasingly linked to sleep fragmentation. By gently lowering this background noise, sweet potato may help the nervous system shift more smoothly into restorative rest. Nature doesn't shout, she nourishes. And sometimes, that's enough. So how do you invite sweet potato into your evening ritual, not as a snack, but as a ceremony? Start with a medium organic sweet potato. Wash it gently, as if cleansing a stone from a riverbed. Leave the skin on it rich in fiber and antioxidants. Pierce it a few times with a fork. Then wrap it loosely in unbleached parchment paper. Place it in a preheated oven at 375 F 190C for 45 to 60 minutes, or until the flesh yields softly under pressure. Alternatively, steam it for 20 minutes if you prefer a lighter texture. While it bakes, light a candle, not for show but to mark this moment as sacred. Breathe. Let the day settle behind you. When it's ready, slice it open. Let the steam rise like a quiet offering. Add a small pat of grass-fed butter or a drizzle of coconut oil, healthy fats that help absorb fat-soluble nutrients like beta-carotene. A pinch of sea salt, maybe a dusting of cinnamon, which itself supports blood sugar balance and adds a whisper of warmth. Eat it slowly, with your hands, if you can. Feel the warmth travel down your throat, into your belly, radiating outward like a hearth. Let it steep 10 minutes, not just because science recommends a gap between eating and sleeping, but because your soul needs that pause, that breath, that boundary between doing and being. Some add a spoonful of raw honey or a squeeze of lemon, but keep it simple. The magic isn't in complexity, it's in presence. This isn't about hacking sleep. It's about returning to rhythm, to the old truth that food can be medicine when prepared with intention and received with gratitude. In some Appalachian traditions, families would place a baked sweet potato near the bedside not to eat, but to release its earthy aroma through the night, believed to draw out restlessness. You might try this too. Let its scent fill your room like a silent lullaby, reminding your nervous system that you are nourished, protected, and ready to drift. Sweet potato is generally safe for most people even at night. But as with all whole foods used intentionally, a few notes of care. If you have diabetes or insulin resistance, monitor your portion size. While its glycemic index is moderate around 63 when baked, pairing it with healthy fats or protein like a handful of almonds or a boiled egg can blunt the glucose response. Those with kidney disease should consult a provider due to its potassium content. And while rare, some individuals report mild bloating from the fiber, so start with a small serving if you're new to eating it in the evening. Now, for synergy, pair sweet potato with tart cherry, a natural source of melatonin. A small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice alongside your meal may deepen sleep onset. Or combine it with pumpkin seeds, rich in both magnesium and tryptophan. Sprinkle them on top like edible stars. For those exploring herbal allies, lemon balm plus passion flower, a combination studied at Upend for mild sleep support, can complement sweet potato's nutritional approach. Sip the tea 30 minutes after your meal. And remember, turmeric plus black pepper boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. While not directly sleep-related, reducing nighttime inflammation can improve sleep quality over time. But above all, listen to your body. Nature is powerful. Honor her strength with respect. And never replace prescribed treatment with food alone, especially for chronic sleep disorders. Use sweet potato as a gentle companion, not a cure. It's also worth noting that sweet potato contains oxalates, which in very high amounts may contribute to kidney stone formation in susceptible individuals. If you have a history of calcium oxalate stones, enjoy it in moderation and stay well hydrated. Always prioritize individualized care, because what nourishes one person may ask for caution in another. True wellness begins with awareness, not assumption. Now, let the world soften. Close your eyes if you can. Feel the weight of your body in your chair, on your bed, on the earth. Imagine holding a warm sweet potato in your hands, its skin slightly wrinkled from the oven, steam curling upward like a slow breath. Bring it to your lips. Take a small bite. Feel the warmth spread through your chest, down your arms, into your fingertips. With each swallow, imagine tension dissolving like mist over still water at dawn. Your jaw softens. Your forehead smooths. Your breath deepens, not because you're trying, but because your body finally feels safe enough to rest. Now picture your nervous system as a forest at twilight. Birds settling into branches. Crickets beginning their evening song. The wind moving through leaves, not rushing, just flowing. Your thoughts are like fireflies flickering, yes, but no longer frantic. They rise, hover, and fade into the dark. And deep in your belly, the sweet potato becomes more than food. It becomes a hearth, a quiet flame that warms you from within, so you don't need to chase sleep, because sleep is already coming to you. Feel your eyelids growing heavy, not from fatigue, but from trust. Your cells whispering, "We are fed, we are held, we can rest now." There's no need to fix anything. No need to solve tomorrow's problems. Tonight. Just this breath, this warmth, this stillness. Let your exhale be longer than your Inhale again and again. You are exactly where you need to be, and the night is holding you. Now, imagine roots growing gently from your spine into the earth, drawing up calm, stability, and the quiet wisdom of the soil. With every breath, you sink deeper into safety. The line between your body and the night begins to blur. Not in loss, but in belonging. You are not separate from rest. You are rest, remembering itself. So yes, sweet potato at night might just be one of nature's quietest sleep secrets. Not a sedative, not a stimulant, but a nourisher, a grounder, a golden root that says, you've done enough today. Rest now. Its power lies not in force, but in rhythm and magnesium that quiets nerves, in carbs that carry calm into your brain, in warmth that echoes the safety of ancestral hearths. If sweet potato brought you peace tonight, wait until you meet stinging nettle, the pain relief herb you can eat. Its deep green leaves, rich in iron and anti-inflammatory compounds, have soothed joints and nerves for centuries. We'll explore its quiet fire soon. If this moment served you, share it with someone who's scrolling late, wide awake, wondering how to come home to their body. Leave a comment below. What did you feel? Did your shoulders drop? Did your breath slow? And don't forget to subscribe for more quiet revolutions where science meets soil. And every meal can be a meditation. Before we go, one last truth. May the spirit of this humble root wrap around you like a blanket, woven from moonlight and stillness. Sleep well. You are nourished. You are held. Disclaimer legal. This content is for educational purposes only. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please consult your healthcare provider before making dietary changes for sleep support, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition.